Now, as Victorians enter their second day of their lockdown, the Sikh Volunteers Australia will be bringing a smile to the faces of some people in isolation as they deliver fresh meals to those in need.
The Sikh Volunteers have already been providing support this week for residents living in a lockdown in an apartment complex in Melbourne's northwest, and now they're expanding their operations to reach as many people as possible. Let's speak now to Jaswinder Singh, who is the Sikh Volunteers Australia Secretary. Jaswinder, it's great to have you on the program this morning. Now, sadly, with Melbourne in now its fifth lockdown, you're well practiced at the service that you provide. How has the lockdown changed the service that you provide to Melburnians?
Joanna, good morning. As you said, we have now been very trained on this thing, providing services during the lockdown. Our crew is very efficient now in these things. On Tuesday, when we get to know about the lockdown at the apartments, we started service there, and then all this step lockdown come into the Melbourne, and we just resume our previous services, which are already in place. So at the moment, we are floating good.
So let's talk about that apartment, the Maribyrnong apartment complex, food to those people who are in isolation there for 14 days. How are the logistics working with getting the food to those people in a safe way?
So what happens is that our team cooks the food at our premises, and then we transport it to the apartments in the food van. Over there, we do not directly serve the residents through our volunteers. Actually, we provide the meals to the authorities over there who are in charge. All the packets are being labeled with the name and address of the residents who have requested the meals, and those packets are actually being delivered at their doorstep. So that's how we are keeping the checks which are required to stop the spread of the virus.
Jaswinder, tell me, how many meals are you serving?
At the moment in the apartments, we are serving 60 to 80 meals because not many residents have requested for the service. But since from yesterday, we are serving 150 to 200 meals to the general population during the snap lockdown.
That's quite an effort, not only to cook the meals, but also to work out delivering them as well and getting them to people. Tell us a bit about the volunteer effort that goes into this.
Joanna, this whole operation runs with the help of volunteers only. So the very first thing is to call up everyone to come on deck and help and support as they can. And then it is the preparation of the roasters, preparation of the meals, buying of the groceries. Obviously, we need support from the consuls to buy things in the bulk and move around during the lockdown period, which they help us. And then after the purchase of the things which are including some of the stuff which are not available on the shelf, then we cook them, pack them up, and then send it to the residents where it is required.
And what sort of response do you get from the community?
It is very welcomed effort, and we can see through the feedback which we got from the service recipients, volunteers, and the other people who are just engaged with the organization in one way or other, that the service is very appreciated.
This is, as we say, the fifth lockdown for Melbourne. What do you gather is the mood in that city and in Victoria more broadly about entering a fifth lockdown?
People understand that these things are required. They are for the benefit of us. When the first lockdown happens, I remember everyone is saying that how are we going to survive? This is not the right thing to do. But now people understand that till we all get vaccinated, till we have any other measures available, this is the only way to move forward. So it's not very appreciated, but everyone understands that this is must thing and it is required.
And for the volunteers, you know, this is a tough time for them as well, and to be run off their feet providing this service. Just tell us a bit more about them and what exactly motivates them to keep doing this work.
Joanna, the main motivation is definitely the faith and the service to the humanity. Everyone understands that this is the period which will be in our history and recorded as that what we have done to overcome this. And everyone understands that if we support everyone else and think about them, then we can overcome this. And this is, I think, the prime motivation, the fuel for the thoughts and the service which we are having in our volunteers.
I also understand, Jaswinder, that you're hoping to set up a new kitchen facility as well.
Yes, definitely. So since from 2017, we are running this free food van project. And now we have purchased 2 big blocks in Cranbourne West in Melbourne. And we are very soon going to establish a full commercial kitchen over there, which will be able to serve 5,000 to 10,000 residents or people at one given time.
Wow, that is incredible. Just finally, before we let you go, Jaswinder, I wanted to know what was on the menu this week.
So for the apartment residents, with the help of a kind donor, we are serving Margaret pizzas today. And for the rest of the people, through our food van, we are serving curry and rice.
It sounds good. Even at this time, I could do with that some curry and rice for sure. Jaswinder, I was reading through your social media pages for the Sikh Volunteers Australia, and the feedback that you get from people is just, there's so much gratitude for what you do, particularly during these really challenging times in Victoria. So thank you so much for sparing the time to speak to us this morning, and all the best with what you do.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.